Hi everyone! Did you know that the best time to start on managing your finances was yesterday? But guess what? The second best time is today and now. My name is Mirembe Dokas and I'm your host for the Cuptalk show here on Connect TV. You can follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, X and TikTok. Today we are looking at personal finances, and our guest today is a certified financial literacy trainer from Bank of Uganda here at Cuptalk show on Connect TV. Connect TV, especially our Cuptalk show, is a safe place for the youths to listen, get seen, and get inspired by the different individuals that we invite to talk to them. Before I go any further, let me allow my guest to introduce herself to the viewers.
Thank you so much, Dokas. I am honored to be in this place. Thank you for watching. My name is Wase Patience Molisa, and I wear so many hats. However, I am a lawyer and an economist, and I am also a serial entrepreneur. Some of my companies are Sandstone School of Languages and Computer Studies, Zenas Estates, Zenas Travel Agency. But aside that, I am a business and personal growth coach and also a financial literacy trainer under the umbrella of Bank of Uganda. That is a little bit of who I am.
Before we even go any further, someone outside there would want to know, what is personal finance? What do you mean by personal finance?
Okay, for the young people out there, I know there is a lot of jargon going around, but when we talk about personal finances, basically what we're saying is how you manage your money, how you control, how you be in charge of your money. That's the simplicity of personal finance. The jargon is there, but it's simply how you manage and take control of your money.
All right. That's really good. For a young person outside there, now this is my second question. A young person outside there, I'm asking on their behalf. We've now known what personal finances are. Where should one start from in regards to personal finances? What's the first step that one should take? Yeah.
Okay, I believe, like I mentioned before, many people that talk about personal finance try to make it as complicated as possible, but this is very simple. I will make it very simple and put it in 3 different short, very memorable words, which is measure, manage, and multiply. Those are 3 M's, right?
3 M's. You measure, you manage, and you multiply.
Exactly.
Right.
So what do I mean by measure, manage, multiply? Because a lot of jargon is going around. Investment portfolio, budgeting, this. Now, young people get confused. But this is very simple. When I say you measure, what I mean, you need to first and foremost, know how much you are earning and how much you are spending. That is the whole theory behind measuring. You have to sit down with yourself. Have, for example, we call them money debts, right? You have that one money debt with yourself. Sit down and get your notebook, get your pen, and start calculating every single coin you earn. It can be from salary. You can have that side hustle. On the weekends, you're an MC, but on the weekdays, you are a very serious person in the bank. Yeah. So all that money that keeps coming in, write it down. That is what we mean by measuring. On top of just writing down the income that is coming in, you need to write down the expenditure as well. So the money that is coming in, and the money that is going out. People, you will be shocked the amount of money, Dorcas, you spend on those judges. 2K,
data.
1K, stage, those things.
Data.
The data, the airtime you're buying. Your friend that keeps calling me, keeps calling you every once in a while asking for 20K.
I lose 20K.
With so much urgency, the audacity. But you call mangu ka 20K wanondi muchi, mu tight situation. That money is a lot. It is a lot. So you need to sit down and calculate on a monthly basis. How much do I spend on food, on clothes, on my transport? Name it, you know your expenditures. So that is what we mean by measuring. Know what you earn and know what you spend. That is the first M. The second M is manage. Right? So after measuring, now I know how much I'm earning. Now I know how much I'm spending. The second thing is to learn how to manage that money. What do we mean by managing? Managing is wide. It involves you sitting down and coming up with a budget. People, young people, it is important for you to have a budget. You cannot live your life without a budget. You cannot manage or control or take control of your finances without you having a budget. You will find that you will spend unnecessarily. You will give out your money in things that are not really relevant. And when the time comes for that emergency, you'll be the one calling for the urgent 20K.
And no one is willing to help you out.
And no one will be willing to help you out. So young people have a budget. So part of management is you sitting down and coming up with a monthly budget. There's so many templates that are online. You can go and Google templates for making a budget. But you know, when you're making a budget, you have to know what things you spend your money on, where your money comes in from. That's what we said in the first step, that you first measure. That I know I earn from here, from there, from there. And then the second thing, I know I spend on this, on that, and the other. Now, all that should be included in your budget. So budgeting is part of management. Secondly, as a part of management is saving. Young people, we do not want to save. We think tomorrow when I need a car, money will just fall somehow from heaven.
We always have that mentality of money will come in somehow, somewhere. It will come.
Every day with its blessings, my dear. God blesses prepared people. And part of being prepared is you saving, putting aside that small figure, even if it's 1K on a daily basis. People, I am telling you, even if it's 1K, even if it's 500 Ugandan shillings, and you put it aside, that is very important. So save, that is a part of management. You know, there is a principle about saving. There are quite a number of principles, but one of the most important ones is that you have to save before you spend.
You save before you spend.
So, Dorcas, if you're being paid and your money comes through a bank account, you need, the moment you see the message, the money has come. The first thing you do, before you remove the rent, before you remove food, before you remove tithe and whatsoever you use to spend on your money, first save. Take off
that's
the money.
Something new I'm learning today.
It is important because let me tell you, if you wait until you first remove all the expenses, you'll be negative, my friend.
Exactly.
You will be negative. You'll have zero.
At the supermarket, you have to first pay. You even no longer pass there, so you have the pressure to pay. Now rent.
Nabaganda have a saying that goes that amabanja gabuze kubo. Ogenda soko sasura amabanja gona.
Because you have nowhere to pass and go to work.
Because you're filled with debts. So the first thing I would advise a young person out there, save before you spend. Then other saving still, there's another principle. It's called the Jewish jar. Now,
the Jewish jar.
Exactly.
All right.
You know, these Jews are so wise. No wonder they are the richest people in the world. Google it. The Jews are the richest people we have in the world. Not even the Chinese or the Americans who are putting up things every now and then. The Jews. But how are they becoming rich? From a young age, Dorcas, as these children are young, the Jewish children, they teach them a principle that when you get money, strictly 50% of the money you have got has to go into expenditure. Strictly 50%. People, you are out here spending 70% of your money.
100 plus.
100. You are.
No small one never kuona no kuola.
You get. Your budget is in what they call it deficit.
Yeah.
You're in deficit. People, you have to spend only strictly 50%. Now, the remaining 50% goes into your saving, your investment, your giving. Part of it's a very good principle to give. People who give are people who grow. People who give become rich.
Giving hand is a receiving hand.
The Luganda Bible normally says that ememe gaba gaba
Egeja.
So the more you give, the more you receive. Young people, train yourself to be givers. Look at all the giving nations. Arabs give a lot. The Muslim religion has set a very good example. They give, that's why they are rich. So give. And then the last M is multiply. So now we have measured, we have managed, now we are multiplying. Now multiplying is simply making your money become double or triple or quadruple
of what
just
you
to
had.
multiply your money. So this involves investing. Young people, learn about the different investment portfolios you have. There are so many ventures you can invest in. Unit trusts, bonds, treasury bills. You can do that side hustle. So many things that you can invest in that can multiply your money. You do not save your money just to look at it in the account. Oh, I have like a 1M. And then you feel good about yourself. That 1M is seated and it's not even...
Patience, before we go any further, you've talked about saving in bonds, unit trusts. These are words me and very many others are hearing for the first time in life. Hey, I may be interested or I may wish to know more about unit trusts, bonds. Maybe it can be something that will work out for me. I might be having my money, but I don't know where to put it. Yeah, maybe throw more light on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Unit trusts, bonds, how they work. But I think let's go for a commercial break. And when we come back, we shall go into details about bonds, the unit trusts, and then also maybe look at our last part that will be the common big mistakes that people do in their when they are struggling to make maybe a straight path financially. Those mistakes they make, that shall be looked at in our next half. All right, thank you very much. See you very soon in our next half. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the short commercial break. Before we left, we were looking at the different investing portfolios and we're looking at the unit trust, bonds, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you were still explaining to us what unit trusts are, bonds are. Yeah, I think we can pick up from there.
All right, so I'll start with bonds and treasury bills because I talked about that together, bonds and treasury bills, then I'll end with unit trusts. Now, you see, the government, any government of any country needs money to sustain its operations. They build roads, they build hospitals, they need money, right? So one of the ways the government can raise money is from there are very many different ways, but some could be getting loans from outside and some could be getting loans from inside the country. I don't want to use a lot of complicated terminology, but it's simple to understand when you understand that it's outside and inside the country. When they borrow from China, that's an external loan. When they borrow inside Uganda, that's internal, right? So one of the ways they borrow from inside Uganda is by urging the citizens of the country to lend them money. Doctors, you can lend the government money. And you don't need a lot of money to lend.
Okay.
From as low as 100,000 Ugandan shillings, you can get a bond. A bond is basically you lending the government, giving the government money so that they can use it. And like any loan, when you use my money, when I've given you my money to use it, you're going to use it and put an extra interest, and then you bring it back to me when it has increased, right? The same thing, that's what the government does. Okay. So the difference between a bond and a treasury bill is because is that a bond is short, it's a long-term loan, and a treasury bill is a short-term loan.
So you say the bond is a long-term loan
to the government. You have lent the government for a long period of time.
Maybe 5 years.
That is now even a short period of time. You give the government money for 20 years.
Oh, 20 years.
And then after this, yes, exactly. After these 20 years, the money is going to come back to you with an interest. Now, for a treasury bill, it's a short period of time. Months, a few years. That's a short period of time. That is treasury bills. Now, when you put your money and invest it in a bond or a treasury bill, it is going to come back to you after that period of time when it is multiplied. So if you put 100, you're not going to get 100 back.
It will come back with some profit somewhere.
Exactly. So your money has not just been seated there, it has been making more money for you.
Okay. Exactly. It now makes sense to me.
And then there is the unit trust. Now, a unit trust, it's more like what you have with your banks when you go and open up an account in your bank.
I really want you to throw more light on that unit trust.
The unit trust.
Yes.
So you open up an account. And then you put your money. When you put your money on that account, as long as the money is there, on the amount of money that is saved there is an interest that is being put. So most unit trusts are at around 11% per year, right?
11%
per year. So whatever, if you have like, let me say 1 million, now on that 1 million, calculate, they'll give you 11% every year. Right? Okay. So your money is going to be there. Instead of putting your money in a normal ordinary bank account where it is seated there, mind you, inflation is going on outside. Prices are increasing, meaning your money's value is dropping. It is dropping. You would rather put it in a unit trust, which is more like a normal account, though they are not in any, they're not as common as these normal bank accounts, right? You put it in a unit trust and it is going to be increasing. It is going to be increasing. So by the time you take it out, regardless of whether there was inflation outside, the money has gained what? Value. So the inflation is not going to affect it as much. So that is a way of investing.
Miss Patience,
yes.
I think this has come up at the right time. Just a few days ago, I have a friend of mine who was also told by another friend about unit trust. But her explanation was, maybe these people get their money as a group, it's not a circle, and then they invest it in a unit trust as a group. So in my mind, when she told me as a group and then she's talking about a unit trust, I was believing it that it works in this way. You are supposed to collect money as a group, then you put it into a unit trust. But we both had half-baked information about unit trusts. Yeah, we could not even advise each other. It's still there.
I'm so glad that at least I can come to shed more light on that. Now, to open up a unit trust account, you do not have to be 2 people or 3 people. I have a personal unit trust account and I am the only signatory on it.
Wow.
You can also open a unit trust as a group.
I think I like that because some of us have trust issues.
Trust issues, yeah.
Exactly.
So unit trusts are here for you. You can also open up the unit trust as a group. Right? So I am here to give you practical solutions. If you want to open up as an individual, it is okay. If you want to, I have my unit trust that is opened up as an individual, and I also have a group unit trust account. By the way, just that there are different companies that have that offer these accounts. They have different percentages. I've recently heard of a company called Cornerstone, and they are trustworthy. They have a 14%, whereas others are giving 11%. These ones are giving 14%.
14%.
So go and grab your opportunities with such companies. Cornerstone. Yes, asset managers. They're called Cornerstone asset managers.
All right.
Yes.
I'll give it a try.
Yes.
You know me, I have trust issues. My things, I would prefer first doing this thing as an individual.
Can I break down something for you?
Yes, I want to know everything.
Now, if I invested, for example, I'm going to use big amounts of money. It's okay. But you can, this same knowledge applies to even small amounts of money.
We are just using this for understanding purposes.
Yes,
this is not the exact money that you're supposed to start with.
So if I have my, for example, 500 million, and I have put it in a unit trust. I want to make this very simple for you. 500 million, I've put it in a unit trust, and it's just seated there. I am going about my normal work, and I have the 500 seated there. Every single month, I am going to be getting a top up of about 5 million, which is around like 1% of the interest. I've said a year it is about 11 point something. It's 11 or 11 point something. But I'm going to be getting that 1% every month, which is about 5 million. So in January, I'll have 5 million free of charge. The 500 million is seated there. And they top up 5 million. In February, they'll top up 5 million. It will become 10 million in February. Now, imagine if it's with now these ones which even have better interest rates, like 14%. You're making a lot of money. The 500 is seated there. Now, if your 500 is seated in a bank, a normal bank account, you're not going to be earning that amount of money. You're going to find it in March when it is still 500 million shillings.
With these explanations, I think we are broke by choice. We are very broke by choice.
You are broke by choice. She said it right. Exactly.
But also it takes patience and persistence.
Can I just point out something there?
Yes.
The thing about how these things work, unit trusts and all those things, it takes patience. You have said that. Unit trusts work with a principle called compound interest. Compound interest means, imagine if the rain is falling down and this one drop keeps falling in the same place, it is going to form a what? A hole, a depression. Even if that place is a rock, you'll find that there is going to be a depression. So compound interest means the impact might look small right now, but
in a long
10 years from now, you will see a huge difference. That's how compound interest works. So youths out there, sibya kufuna mangu. What's that terminology? Ufuna kagwirawo faster. You get out of it. No. Youths out there, these things work with compound interest. You have to be patient for your unit trust to accumulate money. I think it's accumulating. Don't go and start removing the money. This is an investment. You let it grow. You let it accumulate. And then years later, 20 years later, you will be a millionaire, my friend.
It will make sense after
a
long period of time. Okay, this was really, really informative. And I've learned a lot. Now, we proceed to my question 3, and it's my major question. I want you to take us through the common mistakes we make when we are taking this journey in regards to our personal finances, the mistakes we make that maybe put us off and we are not making it. We think the things don't work. What are those mistakes? Where do we go wrong?
Okay, very briefly, I'm going to mention 3 mistakes that you make as a young person. I'm going to first highlight them. Number 1, you think you're going to save or apply these financial, personal finance principles when you have a lot of money. That's the first mistake. The second mistake is you do not have an emergency fund. The third mistake is you're living beyond your means. Now, let me break it down for you. Let's first go back to the very first one. Today, they don't have the kubakutta. So we talked about the very first one. You think when I become a millionaire, when I get that job, right now you're earning 200,000 every month.
We keep saying we shall cross the river when we are there.
When we get there. Let's first reach there and then we cross. Personal finance doesn't work like that. When you are building, this is a journey, right? So it starts from the little. When you're getting that 5K, start saving, start investing. Banage, they have made investment so easy. These things are so easy. You do not need millions and millions of money to invest. So to save, even if it's 500 Ugandan shillings every day, put it there. Start the journey even when you're earning little. That is the first mistake people make. They wait when they have a lot of money.
We may even never get there. That's the sad reality that we don't want to know.
This journey of you saving the little might be the one that leads you to when you get the much. You get. So you need to start now. Number 2, emergency fund. Young people out there, you do not have an emergency fund. When you save your money, you have accumulated your 1 million in the what? In the bank without an emergency fund. This is what is going to happen. Tomorrow they are going to hit you. You do not have insurance. You are falling on a border. You have broken your leg. They have taken you to what? To hospital. They need to give you urgent attention in the hospital. But what are you going to do? You're going to go and tell them, account. Just like that, your savings, all they have gone. They have all gone. So one thing that you have to do as you save, we save for different purposes. We save to invest. We save to attend to these emergencies that come up. We also save for, those future things that you want to do. You want to get married. You want to go and travel to Mugenda wenda kuzino Maldives.
Saving to get married.
Yes, when you're saving, have a certain saving that is dedicated to emergencies only. Emergency. This is life, guys. This is life. We are living in a life where something drastic will happen anytime.
What if you're not supposed to be part of tomorrow? Just imagine.
You get. So right now, when you're saving, do not put all that 1 million there and you do not have an emergency fund. Have that money aside that in case I get a problem, your emergency fund can run from 3 months to 6 months to a year. Right now, Dorcas, with your savings right now, the ones that you have in your bank account, you don't have to tell us. Don't tell us. But with your savings right now, if the president woke up and said, everyone go back home, lockdown again, How many months would you go with just the savings that you have right now? Think about it. You is watching, think about it. Exactly. So
let it be a wake-up call to me.
These emergencies will come. So you need to have that money set aside. Never call a lockdown. Tomorrow I will be able to survive for 6 months straight without begging anyone for money. That is the status quo you have to be in. So the last thing that I think is a mistake that we normally make is living beyond our means. Youths.
Not only youths.
Even adult people, by the way. You're right. Not only
youths.
It is everyone. You want to live beyond what you earn.
And they reserve that saying money will come. You feel like money will come somehow, somewhere.
Letitia did a wig of 500.
I also want it.
Is earning 5 million per month.
And you're earning 500,000.
That is your salary.
How big is your salary? Gross.
So at the end of the day, every income you get, you are in competition with everyone. Patience has bought a car, you want to fight. You are saying, no, genda mubabanja.
For us, we shall congratulate you, but afterwards it will be you to deal with your debts.
We will be like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
When the money lenders come for you, we will not be there. We will excuse you. We will excuse you. So do not live beyond you. The competition, please do not succumb to that kind of pressure. Even adult people. There could be some adult people. My child, the other neighbor's child went to what? What are the famous schools? GEMS. They went to GEMS. They're paying how many millions? Millions that literally built your entire house.
Now
they're
for
paying
you,
for one term.
Who stays in Gayaza? You want to drive it every day.
You are
every day to Utabika because you want your child to also go there.
That is not nice. That is not a
competition.
Live within your means. If someone is living their life, you do not know. People do not tell you where they get their money from. I am telling you this. People are not telling you. People are shaking. They're shaking those things.
At night.
At night. People are doing all sorts of wicked things. Girls out there are sleeping with every man.
And after they tell you to pray to God, you pray.
The principles are
you pray, knees don't lie.
And they are lying. They are lying. Please do not succumb to the competition. These people are doing other things to get money. You work hard for your money. You save your money. You invest your money. And do not put it in silly competition. That is one of the mistakes that I think we should give.
Yeah, I think the third one is very loud to most of us. It may not be competition,
Yes.
but somehow, somewhere, we are living beyond our means. And at times, it's unavoidable. At times, not all times, but at times it's unavoidable.
Do you know, Dorcas, there are people that be like, for me, I earn 500 Ugandan shillings. And then you're like, but your expenses are showing us that you spent 1 million. Where did the other 500 come from? I don't know.
And you also, actually, sometimes you really don't know. Me, I even keep telling you, I'm like, you people, at times I look at the expenditures and I'm like, I'm surviving by God's grace.
God is throwing manna
But at times, there are indirect loans we are getting. Maybe, maybe your money is in the bank, then you don't have the ATM there. Oh, Patience, help me with like a 20K. At the end of the month, I may think I've spent less on transport, but still I have a debt to pay.
Which still keeps you in the same bad financial
Anyway, there is nothing like, I don't know how I survive.
You know, you are not just telling us, you're keeping us away from the information, but you know. So please handle your finances better.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Patience. That was really informative. I appreciate, and I know everyone there has learned something, one or two. And I am just asking for one more thing. These people have really learned a lot from you, and maybe how can they access you? Could you please give us more information on how we can access you and your information?
Okay. I am on, I believe, all social media platforms. I use Wase Patience Mulisa. You will see me, you will know me. Wase Patience Mulisa on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, LinkedIn, TikTok. It's Wase Patience Mulisa. But if you're to leave everything I've said behind, young people, if you're to leave everything I've said behind and just take with you one thing, the 3 M's.
The 3 M's.
You
measure, you manage, and you multiply.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. All right, with that very good information that you carried for us today, we are so grateful to have you. And to the young people outside there, just like in the beginning I said, the best time to start managing your finances was yesterday. You missed it. But still, there is an opportunity. The second best time is today and now. Open your ears, take whatever has been told to you, and life will get easier with you. See you next time. Bye-bye.